Oh my God. Hi.
Hi, I'm ready. It's happening.
Gracie's doing the intro and she's very nervous about it.
I fuck it up every time. Hello. Okay, should I go?
Yeah, you should go.
Okay,
this is a good time.
Maria gave me a script. You have such neat handwriting. Hey, babes. This is Hot Dads with Gracie and Maria. Grace, I'm Grace. Coming out of HBIC
You don't
Studios.
have to say our names. That's the part where
Grace,
it says who
colon.
says what.
I like it.
I'm Gracie, co-host. Maria. I'm Maria, co-host and head bitch in charge.
I'm the co-host and head bitch in charge. I'm Maria. You're Gracie. Just for clarity for people listening.
We have as you can hear, deeply charming guests to give us fatherly advice about our burning questions, flaming, burning, red hot questions, and for staying hot and sexy, which it can be anything, right?
Yeah.
Any kind of hot or sexy, health-wise, spiritually.
Beauty,
skin,
gym shit, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Hot gym shit.
Intellectual, if you're a reader.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh, God, I hate books. We'll
Books
get into
are
that
gross.
later. Books are disgusting. We can all agree on that. New name for the podcast? Okay, we'll pitch later.
She tries to pitch a new name and a new topic for the podcast.
But in the meantime, until we land on a permanent name, you can follow us. Please do follow us for all our funny clips and news on Instagram on Hot Dad.
So they can see your face.
Hot Dad's
my
Pod.
God.
Email complaints, no praise,
Follow
no
us.
reviews.
Hot Dad's Pod is on Instagram again.
It's on
Since
Instagram.
I interrupted
It's
it trying to fix you.
Yeah, please. Okay, I've been trying that for years. Email complaints to hotdadspod@gmail.com. Pay us for being amazing on Venmo and Cash App. I don't have Cash App, so just Venmo. I have Apple Pay.
Okay. Well, we all have Apple
How'd I
Pay.
do?
You did fine.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was a good dry run.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
next time I'll do it.
Yeah, no, I'd like to keep doing it. I'd like to keep doing it. Honestly, I'm going to blame the script.
Oh, yeah?
I don't
Is it a bad script?
Yeah,
with all
it needs some
straightforward
workshopping.
facts of the things about the podcast. Let's go ahead and do
confusing.
plugs. Where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me at Save Gracie Canaan, last name Canaan, like the Bible for all you God lovers out there. I don't know. Instagram, TikTok, same handle. And then my website for show dates.
GracieCanan.com.
GracieCanan.com. What about you?
You can find me at my first and last name everywhere on the internet, including OnlyFans. It's not, I don't have one. MariaHeinegg. And yeah, you can just check out my stories for shows and stuff like that. Now let's welcome our guest to the pod. Here he is, the one, the only Eagle Witt.
Oh, my fellow Gemini, my forever will they, won't they?
Oh my goodness.
Just the Ryan Gosling to
a
my
Maria
Steve
sandwich
Carell.
between a couple of two faces.
Yep.
Right
Oh,
here.
it's a great time.
Oh my God. So you're essentially talking to 4 people right now.
Yes.
Because you're 2 Gemini.
Oh, and do we plug Andrea?
Shit.
You
Shit.
fucked up. Let's
fucked
plug
this.
our producer, technical consultant, and
Mom.
I don't know, resident hoe support.
Bad resident host support. Yep.
HEAUX.
Yep.
the formal hoe.
My favorite way to spell it.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah. On your LinkedIn.
She has a podcast. It's called the Hot Mess Comedy Hour. You can check that out too. Andrea Allen.
Hot mess.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hot dad.
Oh my God, people love a plug. I meant
plug.
the audience, not Andrea. She's like, finally, someone talking about me.
Any kind of plug.
Tell them where they can find you on the internet.
Eagle Witt official
Spell
on
it.
everything. EAGLEWITT official. Official should be the thing I probably spelled for them.
Yeah.
Like most people can't spell official.
Well, I wanted them to spell. Well, you wanted you to spell wit because it's 2 T's.
Yeah, and not with an H. People put an H in there.
With?
Like a wit.
Quit.
Like a
And you're like, I'm not that fancy.
I'm like, no, I'm not that fancy.
God, you could do Eagle Witty.
Well, people think it's a stage name. They're like, Eagle Witt? Wow.
Maria hates me so
And I'm
much
like, it's
right
my
now.
real
Just
name.
listening to you.
I don't know what happened.
She just thought my resting bitch face was judgment, but I was just listening.
Resting bitch face.
You haven't heard that before?
No, I've heard it.
Okay.
I got into an argument with my girl about it once.
Yeah. Which one of you has resting bitch face?
Well, I had talked to her about her resting bitch face, and she was like, she basically hit me with the patriarchy says that women can't have serious faces.
I mean, she's not wrong,
And I was like,
but both.
you want to watch TV? I was like, I don't want to have this argument. I really don't.
Do you ever have you ever told someone on the street to smile?
No.
Oh,
no,
that's great. That's
crazy
like
to me.
I'd almost have someone say something. I'd rather have someone say something disgusting to me, like I want to take a bite out of that ass or
You
something.
think that's disgusting?
I don't
That's
know.
corny.
I'm trying to think of like
That's so corny.
It's so or like
How about I'd love to be inside of you?
yeah. I'd rather
That'd be
have
better.
someone do that to me than tell me to smile, because like. If you're just saying like I want to be inside of you, then it's like I'm not an active participant of that.
This is
but
just
if you're
their
like,
dream.
right? Like you're just voicing
They're
your agenda.
they're trying to manifest stuff.
Yeah, they're
They might not even be
manifesting.
talking to you.
Right?
It's
exactly.
a verbal vision board.
It's a verbal, and I'm like, good for you. You know what you want. But if you're like, hey, smile, I'm like, I don't need a project. Like I have a huge to-do list
Yeah, you don't
assigned
have
to
to
me
do
by
something.
Maria.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, for sure.
They're becoming your boss when they tell you to do something.
Exactly.
Oh, I hate that.
I don't need
I'm like,
that.
shut the
I
fuck
get that.
up.
I'm my own
But
boss.
also,
Actually,
I would love someone else to tell me what to do.
Maria's my boss. That's not going to be me. Andrea tells you what to do. You tell me what to do.
Yeah, in the human centipede, like you're C for sure.
God, absolutely.
And I'm B, which is the worst.
Wait,
Like,
no. I would be B because I'd be the bitch one.
What?
I don't know. What?
I need to watch Human Centipede. I
No,
know
you
it's gross,
don't.
but I want to watch it.
You should.
I've never seen it.
I don't think so.
It's an important film of our time. You know, there's
Really?
also no. you should watch it. I don't know. I think it's worth a
Absolutely
watch. I
not.
think it's entertaining. You know,
I'm gonna watch it.
yeah. There's also a sequel, and I'm pretty sure. Is it a trequel? When there's
Oh
a
my
third?
God, it's a trilogy.
It's a
You're
trilo- there you go.
right.
But I just meant the third film. Fuck you, Andrea. She's laughing at me because I'm an idiot. Yeah.
Trequel.
Have you never
I
heard
like
people
it.
say that before? People say that. It's a thing.
I
yeah.
think you're saving it. I've never heard it before, but I feel like if you stick to it, you have a good cold gaze.
It's the third movie in a series, and I am gonna die on this hill.
Yeah.
That's
I like
what it's
it.
called.
Yo,
I
just
like it.
sitting here with y'all, I'm just realizing the fact that we've known each other for years.
Yeah.
Like
Isn't
I'm looking
that
at all three.
crazy?
Like, wow, we did like open mics together.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's fucking mind blowing. Like just literally just looking across. Like wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's nuts.
It's kind of interesting how you turn around one day and you realize you have like, I hate this. Is gonna sound so fucking corny.
I can't wait.
I hate myself. But like you do have this little like family community. I know.
You're right.
I
true.
know.
That's true.
I have this thing with Maria too, where it's like I always think that she's gonna like judge but I don't know what it is.
Like,
It's
so scared.
I
of
get
my
so
thinking.
scared.
It's hardly ever what she's worried about.
and then she's always like, "No, good for you, sweetie. Like I support you. I see you." And I'm like, I don't know what to do here.
I prefer to make fun of men.
Oh, Eagle. That's why you're here. Actually, we have.
I'm
You can
very
handle it.
nervous.
Yeah. I can tell by your posture.
Baker, you're not nervous at all.
You're way too comfy to be nervous.
I'm always comfy. I'm always comfortable.
nervous.
I don't know how to not be comfortable. I almost don't know what discomfort feels like.
That's a good thing. That's a good problem to have.
But it is like last night I got into New York and someone was like, "Hey, I'm having a birthday party. Come." And you just wander into a bar and it's like 30 people that you can strike up a conversation with, and it's funny because like I don't know, somewhere
But you
5
want
to
to talk
7
to
years
like
in.
4 of
Yeah,
them.
You know who you want to talk to. You know you
For
want to
sure.
high five. You know,
You just have to say hi to everyone else because
Yeah.
that's how shit works.
Yeah, but like it's nice. I don't know, and then you can. I don't know. Yeah.
It's weird when you're like even like just right now, like when you're sitting in the room with people and you're like, wait a second. Wow, I've known you a while. Like this is crazy.
Yeah.
And I've seen you in different stages of your life and your career. We all have with each other. It's
Oh
crazy.
yeah. Although I feel like you've been for some reason like I don't remember. Well, you were earlier than me, so I don't remember seeing you at open mics. I remember seeing you at the Old Lantern for the first time. You had orange hair. It was piled
was
on
like-
top, and you did your suicide joke, and I thought you were so funny. And I think
Oh,
I
that's so
messaged
nice.
you after and like fangirled you. The suicide is the only thing you don't have to send emails for or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I think I remember you going up at the Creek mic that me and Alex Payne used to host on Fridays.
Yeah, for sure. That's
Yeah.
where I remember first.
And
meeting
definitely
you.
like oh my god, a million times at the Creek mics.
Andrea,
Oh man.
And then you and me all the late night shit in New York.
Oh yeah, that's where
Because we were like late night
bonded.
heavy together, like late night. Whoa, wow.
Oh my god. Okay, do we want to explain a little bit what late night is? We're getting we were
late
told
night, me and Gracie.
all
bombing in front of 5 people.
Bond. I think the worst
Those
one
5
I
people,
did.
also comedians.
Yes, which you can only bomb in front of. I think the worst one was like 2 Swedish tourists. And this was, wait, let's explain what late night is really quickly. Late night is like a rotation after the actual shows where like up and coming or greener comedians sign up for like 5 minutes each. So now it's more organized, but it used to be a shit show. Like everyone, they slap down a list.
I'm just going to real quick.
That's right. We would
interrupt you.
stab
Yeah,
each other
for
over the
sure.
list.
So she used some big words like rotation. A stand-up comedy show happens.
Oh my God, I love this.
At the end of you will notice that there might be some people that do just 5 minutes instead of going on and doing 15. Those people signed up on a list. They are comedians, but they're not passed at that club, meaning that they're not booked on regular shows.
And not to brag, but I've been on the late night roster for 5 years. Thank
your
you.
shit.
I mean, COVID though. COVID.
Sure. Yeah.
That's like 2 years of like nobody doing late night.
Yeah.
So really you've been
I
doing it
still
for 3
did
years.
late night. I was just in my apartment. I still had a list and everything. I was just all
boy.
10 slots.
But here's the
You
tricky
told
thing about
yourself,
late night.
like, oh, we don't have room for you.
The worst thing about late night is the crowd can leave at any point. The show's technically over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't really do that anymore. They used to. Now it's like they only have 3 slots
Or it's
after.
like a part of the show.
But
Yeah,
it's a part of the show now.
That's
But it
cool.
used to be the manager would come in. There'd be like 20 comics waiting. They'd
Hovering.
slap
Hyenas
down.
hovering
it
over a
was like
piece
The
of
Walking
meat.
Dead. Everyone came at with like
you never knew when the list was going to drop. So you could be like having a conversation with your friends and
Oh
then
my
like
God.
it drops and everybody's like, fuck!
It was like kindergarten where it was like dodgeball and everyone starts, but everyone has pens and then it feels like this is Sparta. But then you see like just someone barely write their name off to the side. And then it would be like 5, everyone has 5 minutes and then they would go to like 1 a.m.
What good times.
Here's
I mean,
what I
yeah,
want to know.
they
What
made
is-
us.
What is
They did.
the version of that that's not stand up? Because that's got to be a thing in like.
Other professions.
Yeah. I mean, I guess for like music open mics, there's only so many spots, right? So that's just like a similar but different thing. Internships? I don't think people have to hover in a circle to sign up on a list for an internship.
There's just something unprofessional about comedy constantly.
Right.
Like there's always something unprofessional happening in stand up where I go like, oh, this doesn't happen anywhere else.
No, exactly.
You're
There's
not wrong.
not that
The
late
idea
night
of like
thing.
they can stab each other with pens, I don't give a fuck, is like not something that happens
And
anywhere
it's
else.
not a lie. Like
Like,
it
if
would
you
be
talk
a
to-
story people would tell, but nobody would stop it.
Yeah.
If you talk to like a violinist, you know what I mean? Be like, you know that thing where it's like when you're up and coming in your career,
Put down a list,
and
you have to hit each other with your violins
yeah.
to get
They'd
to
be
the
like,
list.
no, we're not animals, and be like, fucking, you're lost.
No, though.
Okay.
I think all that, like, because if you think of it from like an auditions perspective instead of from like an open mic list, like that's where all that comes into play, right? Like the shit like dancers do to each other that we don't know about because we don't do that. Like the shit.
I've seen
that
Black Swan. I get it.
Exactly.
Okay.
The shit- there we go.
Yeah.
Like, the
They do
shit
drugs
that
and they go down on each
musicians-
other.
like, oh my god, that was such a good scene.
Yeah.
The shit that like musicians like do to each other. Like I have no doubt that like violinists like getting into whatever symphony is like
What was the
super fucking cutthroat.
the chick? Her movie was fire. The biopic about her. She's like a skater, and she's an ice skater.
You mean I, Tanya?
Yes, Tanya Harding. Like shit like that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
But that's
Which, by the way, I take Tanya's side. I don't think she did it.
really,
I watched that movie and I was like, I'm sold.
Hot take.
I was like, I'm sold.
Wait, was that
you mean that movie
defending
that
her?
wasn't a documentary that was like definitely written,
Yeah, it was-
curated a certain way?
It was definitely like a one-sided movie, but I take her side. It sold me. I was like,
she
sure.
100% did it. She 100% did it. She also had a horrible background.
But I also like
and,
wasn't alive when it
childhood.
happened. I think like I don't know. I don't remember it at all.
Right. But maybe she should have. Maybe she was more cut out for
No, it was
stand
the
up.
90s. Were you alive in the 90s?
For 6 years of it,
Not to brag.
Wait, how old are you?
28.
There we go. 94.
Yeah.
Fuck yes. Oh God, guys, I got there. Basic
I
arithmetic.
see
you
you
excited
out
right
here
now
with your
about
math
math?
skills.
Yeah. Not to brag. You
excited
should
about
see me
math.
calculate a tip. It is disgusting.
You can just move the decimal over.
No,
and then
I know,
double
but
it.
I do a whole.
Did we say that? I feel like we already had this conversation. Where
We
I was
will,
like, you can
again.
just move the decimal over
There's
and double
two
it.
conversations that we will have on every episode, and that is one, how to tip, and two, new names for the podcast.
Oh my God.
It will always be. Would this be now with
Are
all
you-
this hustling talk? Would this be a good time to transition into our fatherly advice questions?
I think so, but first I just want to know what Eagle was about to say.
I'm not interested, but I guess we have to.
Wow, you're really...
I want to say me and Gracie have a very particular friendship.
Ooh,
Out
go
of
on.
every girl I've met in comedy. Because, well, just the Gemini kindred spirit thing, but also we've just vibed on a level. I remember one night I went to Gracie's crib after stand-up, and, like... Usually, if I go to a girl's crib at that time of night, I'm fucking. Like, I've never gone to a girl's crib at that time of
Or
night.
you're
and not
trying to fuck.
Yeah. Which turns into me fucking.
Yeah.
But with Gracie,
Eagle gets what he wants.
Gracie made pasta.
In a non-rapey
It was not
way.
good pasta.
It was terrible
It was
pasta.
really bad pasta. It was like pre-made pasta.
Or was it like a rice?
underdone.
It was like, no, it was a pasta.
Yeah.
And it was terrible.
Yeah.
And we just sat there and ate terrible pasta.
How did that even happen? It was like we were both coming back from late night. I think I got an Uber. I was like, get the fuck in the Uber. Well, you know, like I like to take in stray
Keep in mind,
comedians.
I definitely had a thought in my head of like, am I going to fuck Gracie tonight?
Absolutely. Yeah,
And
yeah.
no, I wasn't. It was complete pasta.
But I love, I love that it wasn't like, am I gonna fuck Gracie? And I was like, am I gonna fuck Gracie? Like it was like,
It was the homie. You know what I mean? Like, she's attractive, but that's the homie. I'm like,
you
is
so
this
much.
happening? What is so random?
First of
we
all,
don't flirt. Like, we didn't flirt or anything. It was just like getting
we
the
flirt
Uber.
as like a bit.
Yeah, we flirt jokingly.
I
flirt-
think that flirting is just having charming
Having
conversation, though. I think I don't.
I didn't know what you were mouthing
Andrea-
just now. She's just like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
like, what is she mouthing?
It was like
That's how
wanted me
she
to-
eats pasta.
she wanted me to put the mic
She lives
closer
to
to my mouth.
throat a good Alfredo fettuccine.
But I think flirting is just like good conversation. Like I consider like I'm flirting with everyone in this room right now. Like it's not
Gemini.
Nah, we flirt different.
Yeah.
Like me and Gracie have flirted like we're about to fuck, but we're definitely not.
Yeah. We hone in.
I absolutely flirt and have no plans to fuck. It's
But it
important to
seems
torture
like
people.
we're gonna fuck.
Yeah.
But we're not.
Gemini are like the flirts of.
Like we've like
The
very much
zodiac.
been like, so like when is it gonna happen? Like
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
going
yeah.
on? Like
Yeah.
and then we're not.
Yeah. But at this point, but you know what? I'm so glad that it's like you have so many girls, so many, infinite that you have hooked up with. Just
Oh,
a
okay.
disgusing amount.
I was
you
wondering
know?
where that sentence was
And
going. I was like, Gracie, I am in a relationship right now. I was like, I don't know what you're
And
talking
me
about. I have
being-
one.
Me being the one girl that
You are
had
seeing so
pasta.
many. chicks
I
right
know.
now.
I was like, Gracie, Jesus, I thought we were friends. What the fuck is this?
No, man.
That's gonna be the clip too. That's 100% gonna be the clip.
but dubbed over.
No, yes,
so it's
I've
like
been
right now.
I've been a whore in my life for
Is it
sure.
okay if we name the podcast Eagle Be Fucking right now?
That's a good name. That's a
That's
good. Write
so
that down.
funny.
What
She
if this
wouldn't
was
care.
like an actual podcast where we only have men on, and then we just like ambush them and ruin their life?
This podcast is here to
great.
confront you.
Yeah.
That's great.
People hop out.
Yeah, it's Maury. It's like
Yeah.
it's like podcast Maury.
That would be so cool.
It'd be
We're
great
here
if-
because we care about you.
But how good would it be if it were that, but there's no cameras? Like it's just an audio confrontation.
Yeah.
This is a great. I had a podcast idea once that wouldn't work after a while, which was I told you Samo, and we were so gonna do it. Maybe we'll still do it. But it was essentially just like you bring on two comedians that have beef, and you have them like
Oh boy.
roast each other off the top of the head and just be mean to each other.
That's great, but are there
They're gonna
enough?
prep though. You know they're gonna prep.
But the thing is, like, it's like impossible to do because it's like there's gonna be actual fights. Two,
Yeah, that is. You're gonna have to do it outside.
yeah, like it's just so hard to do after a while. And sometimes we didn't even think about comedians that would beef. Sometimes it's just like people who we think would tear each other to shreds.
What do you have a beat? Well, it could be two. It could be like.
It doesn't even have to be comedians.
I
sometimes.
love
It could just be
this.
like people.
You just go outside and be like, "Hey, how do you feel about him? Get inside."
Well, we thought about having the first episode be Usama's mom and my mom. And just have them tear each other apart. And they don't even know each other. They've never even met. They've never even talked.
They're not gonna tear each other apart. They're just
have
gonna look
to
at you
do
when you
this.
ask and be like, "No, I'm not doing."
But we
that."
have to maybe we
Usama's
pay
mom
them.
would
I don't know.
never do that. Usama's
No.
mom
Some
would never
consent-
do that.
Like some
She's like a conservative Muslim. She's not gonna be like, "Yeah, I'd love to fucking
Yeah, but you don't
rip
know,
some
but
shit
she has
up."
sass, though.
But they're like, first generation American from other country. They could be pretty sassy. They could go hard.
Yeah, but she doesn't have any beef with your mom.
But that's why we got to like build it.
Yeah,
gotta just
I would
instigate.
watch
Okay,
this.
so this would have to be a whole season about just you
We
guys.
call it instigation.
I like it. You could also call it Pokemon daycare.
What?
Do we
this
get
is what I'm
that?
talking about, where she comes up with
titles
stuff
are
and it doesn't mean
Pokemon
anything.
daycare, write it down. We might steal. If you don't use Pokemon daycare, we're going to use Pokemon
We're not
daycare.
going to use it
We're
because
gonna
it
use
means nothing.
Pokemon daycare.
What is-
Here's why. Did you guys ever play Pokemon on
No.
Game Boy? Gold version, red version?
No.
God, you guys are fucking nerds.
No, we get pussy. We don't
I
have to.
never. I was a late bloomer. Okay, I was mashing. The only buttons I was mashing was the one on my Game Boy Color, and you could have Pokemon mate, and you would leave them in the daycare, and then sometimes they would mate, and then sometimes, and you would see how they would interact.
If they-
Pokemon
This
daycare.
is hot.
Yeah, hell yeah. Eagle would have jacked off
Are
to
you,
these pixels.
in this scenario, you're saying that Usama's mom and Eagle's mom are going to fuck?
But I don't know. That's my whole
Whoa,
thing. Is
now
I don't,
that'd go viral.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
It would go viral. That's what you got. You are an industry whore.
You'll do the reason that
Career evolution.
Conservative Muslim women and whatever Eagle's mom is like have sex with each
My
other.
mom is like
That's
the most
a porn-
homophobic Jamaican lady ever. And she fucks Usama's mom. I love this.
Oh my god.
they move in together, marriages are broken up. Yeah, I green light it. I think get Andrea on board. We'll all start a network.
I also love that I was like, homophobic, what does that have to do with it? And I was like, oh, they're both women. That's right. I know stuff.
I would love to watch my mom and Usama's mom just go at it.
No,
That's
you would not.
so
you don't want
No, not like
Weird.
fucks, but like argue. You know what I mean? Like just like curse each other
All
out.
right.
You realize that is not what that sounded like. when you said it.
Yeah.
In
That's
this
the clip.
context?
No,
That's
I don't
the
want to
clip.
watch them do that. No.
If anyone's
I was like, that's
interested
very open-minded.
in this podcast idea, email. I'm fucking plugging again. God, I'm so on top of this. Email hotdadspod@gmail.com if you're interested
That's what I
in
was gonna
Eagles.
ask.
What?
What?
So I'm guessing I'm not the first guest. You guys have had guests, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Sorry.
name made me think like they know I don't have a kid, right?
Yeah.
Do you know you don't have a kid? I don't know.
That's a good
Eagle.
question. I don't know if I have a kid.
Eagle.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah.
And then she pops out.
The kid
But it's
pops
a fucking
out.
baby. It's like this one's a fresh one. Yeah.
I mean,
Grandkid.
I'm 99.9% sure I don't have a kid.
Yeah.
But I've definitely had like random, spontaneous,
Right.
unprotected sex with
Unprotected
women who
sex.
said they were on birth control and then left town.
Sure.
And
yeah.
I'm like, I
Eagle,
think
you're
that girl was
lucky.
really on birth control.
You're lucky you don't have every STD doing
Yo,
that shit.
dog, I am lucky.
Really?
I'm so blessed. I've wowed out with my dick over the years.
Damn.
Now I'm like way better. Like I'm in a non-monogamous relationship, and
Yeah.
I only do protected sex when I'm not with my girl.
Right.
Dude, I'm so
But,
happy
like,
for you. I'm
when
so
I was
proud
single,
of you.
I was just what was a condom? I was just throwing raw dick.
That like blows my mind that people do it, and it's not just dudes. Chicks will be really just
Oh,
messy
yeah.
with it too.
There's
and
girls
I'm like,
who get mad if you try to put on a condom.
that blows my mind.
That's crazy
Yeah.
to me. Oh, I've slipped once or twice. Usually
I've only
there's
flipped one time.
There's only and I immediately freaked out both times after. I was
didn't
like,
freak out. I
"What
was
did
just
I? What?" And then I'm talking like people that you're not dating, like randos or people that you're like seeing casually or whatever.
People you find outside.
Yes, people.
That's a category.
There's a bar next door.
If
so
you live
I
in New
said
York
that.
City, that's a category. People you find.
In a city, it can absolutely be that.
Like in a
Eagle, I
box.
feel like you'd be great at that.
I'm so good at just finding people.
Dude, what do we think about dating apps in I don't
do
I'm
dating
newly
apps.
single.
I don't like dating apps.
First of all, I have no interest in fucking dating anytime
It's just
soon.
a time suck. It's a time suck.
It's
It's
that
like a
time
game.
you
gotta,
could
so
spend.
yeah, it's called a sex video game. Like you got to swipe, then you got
To
to
me,
talk
it
to
feels
them.
sick. I don't like it. I there's something about it that feels like not.
Well,
good.
we also meet enough people.
digital.
We're comfortable talking to people. Like
Yes.
we are
When
walking
you do
dating
Instagram
apps.
too much, you know.
Instagram is the closest thing I'll do to a dating app.
Well, no, I'm saying
Man.
that feeling when you're on Instagram too long, that's how it feels to be on a dating
Yeah,
app. Where you're just
you
like,
get in trouble on Instagram. The way you said that,
Yo, God.
that's
need
when
a
dudes
filter.
do slip into female
Oh.
comedians' DMs.
Yeah.
Man,
They don't do it to us at shows, but they will slide into our DM.
That's how I got my last boyfriend.
What?
Found him outside. That's what it
Found
said.
him outside on the IG.
Actually outside. He saw me at an outdoor comedy show in like September 2020. Then he DM'd me. then we.
See, that's what I'm saying. We don't
Yeah.
get it at the show, but we
hate
get a DM.
DMs
Yeah.
have been like a
Ruin
curse
your
in my life for
fucking-
years.
Yeah.
I've gone through breakups because of DMs.
Oh yeah,
DMs
for
are
sure.
like the worst. I'm
Just
such
delete
a
'em,
DM
man.
addict. Like
I mean,
like
they're exciting.
Yeah.
They're exciting.
I told
Yeah.
my girl, I was like, the second I get to a point where I don't have to have social media, my career goes well, I'm not going to have social media. Like,
Yeah.
if I do have an account, it'll be a social media manager handling it. I don't have the password. Like, I don't want it.
And like DM,
It's
be
so
me on
dangerous.
DMs.
It's tempting.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
and then when
And
there's the
literally
requests tab.
anybody. And then you think about someone like famous and the shit they must be getting.
my God.
I mean, it's got to be bonkers.
And my self-control is low. Like,
We
girls send me
know.
nudes. I'm like, it's hard not to DM back. It's very hard not to DM back.
I've never just randomly
The
sent someone
Office
a
of
nude.
Eagle Witt thanks you for your submission this time. We won't be able to get back to you in a timely fashion, but should things go awry with our current
I don't think you
main
anymore.
representative.
Actually, I've gotten to a point where please keep that shit to yourself, please. Like, it's great, but like, I can't. Like,
No
you're gonna ruin
nudes.
my life, my
No
relationship, my
nudes.
career. Like, don't send me
Right.
anything crazy.
Well, you got to
please.
worry mostly about your career because you are in an ethically non-monogamous relationship, but you do have to worry about, fucking. You're like, if you are, I don't
I've
know.
already sent so many dick pics in my life. I'm already fucked.
Okay,
I can't
all
fuck myself
right.
anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want any more fucking.
We have to
happen in
go
my
through
life.
everything we did pre 2016 and be like, there's no erasing that. That one is.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
I'm very much like essentially pre Me Too movement dick pics. I'm just like, listen, man, I didn't know. I'm sorry. Like,
Right.
I was sending dick pics.
We
a
were
lot.
all just idiots.
And now I know, and I won't send any more dick pics. Like,
Well, you
unless
can
it's
send
requested.
them. You just gotta. Well, I think it's fine for dudes to ask and be like, "Can I send you a dick pic?" And
Yeah.
you get to say yes or no.
But now I don't send them for a couple reasons. One, my girl is like, I don't like you sending dick pics, which is a fair request.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the other thing,
Just of your own dick or any
that's,
dick.
wow.
Yeah,
Gracie.
what about like a
You're a very
stock
abstract
image?
thinker,
I know,
you know?
exactly. Screenshot of a
cool-
porn dick.
You guys
That's a light
just
way of
hit a
saying,
girl
what
up
are
like,
you
hey,
talking
you want me to send you a dick pic? And she's like, yeah, and just send her a white dick. Just be like, send you one.
Yeah, yeah,
You're
exactly.
welcome. I think this is a good one.
I'm all about the technicalities here.
Also, it's just like, I know my shit's out there. I'm very worried about it. I know it's out there. I know my mom's eventually going to see my dick pic because it's going to.
Well, how would they know it's yours? Is your face in it? Is your
Listen, man.
it's tattooed?
oh my god.
Taking a lot of pride in my dick, man. There was a couple
Yeah.
years where I was sending some face in the background dick pics.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where
boy.
it's like
For sure.
kind of like from here, and it looks
and I'm
like
in the back like, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a fucking horror movie poster where it's just here, and then in the back it's like you're a
No
shadow
face,
figure.
no
man.
face, no case. Cardi said it. I
Man.
don't ever send it with a face.
Yeah.
But that's why I don't send anymore because I'm like, maybe there's a chance.
Andrea is cringing because she's like, I do.
Do
yeah,
you
I've
send
done
nudes
it.
with your face in it?
Sometimes if it's to a partner.
But see, you can't even trust that
Yeah.
Well, it's not. It's not the
because you guys
concern.
break up and then.
Well, it's not even that. It's like the internet. Like
The internet's right.
you can find any of it.
Yeah,
I can't do
iCloud
it,
is not even
but-
safe.
Yeah.
I would be okay with it. There's a video out there of me having sex. There's a video out there, and I've thought
Such
about.
a Gemini. You're such.
I know. And then after I'm like, oh my God. And the guy was like a little nuts. So I'm like, oh shit, that's going to come out. And I'm not
Is your face in
embarrassed.
it?
Yeah.
I have
it's,
so many
yeah.
videos of
Oh,
me
yeah.
fucking,
It's
but
me
my face isn't in any of them.
Yeah,
doing
same.
something
It's
that
all, like,
requires
body.
my face.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's, and I am really.
requires.
It's my face is the main thing. It's the main.
I love the way you're describing
it's
this.
in there. Wink, wink. And here's the reason why
My
I
face
wouldn't
is
want
the
it to
main thing.
leak. It's not because like people should know. It's because what if I see it and I did a bad job? That's when I like.
Dog,
A
that's
bad
hilarious.
job?
You know what I mean?
Would job be the key word?
Yeah,
really
a
funny
bad
about
job.
that?
What?
Is sometimes like head looks better on camera,
Is that
and
true?
in real life it's trash.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're watching someone get head. Like it feels like a good moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it
Right.
looks great, but then in real life it actually doesn't.
I feel like
as
I'm
great
the
as it looks.
opposite. Like I feel like I look no.
You look bad, but it's actually great.
Exactly.
That's
like I'm
interesting.
getting
That
the
could probably
job.
be a thing, too.
You know what I mean? But it's like if something leaked and it was like bad, because I'm already very self-conscious about my kissing skills. My sex skills, I'm pretty confident in. But like I just wouldn't want a rumor out there that I don't know what I'm doing. I don't really care about people seeing
rumor?
me doing that.
I would
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
I would say it would
Love
be
Gracie's
described
confidence.
more
She's
as-
like, I wouldn't want to fucking lie out there that I can't suck a meat.
Exactly. Exactly. Like I want, it's like there's already rumors floating around that I can't make out,
Wait,
'cause
are there rumors floating around that you can't make out?
I've gotten feedback from 2 people saying that I was a bad kisser.
What do you do? What do you do? Do you like? Are you like?
I mean, I just do the regular. Like I go
kissing them to teach them a lesson. Be
Yeah,
like, I fucking know what I'm. I don't know.
I bite their cheek, and that's I
like
go
the regular.
in that
Giving
just
you-
like
I
the
spit in their
normal.
mouth, the regular thing.
I suck their eyeball. Like, what is the problem?
So they're giving you this feedback as you're making out.
No, it's after. It was like, I'm really worried that you couldn't, like, you were not good at the beginning. Like, it was not, and I'm like, damn.
Nobody's good first kiss. It's
I guess it takes me a
anxiety-inducing, and then you just
second
keep
to,
making
like-
out, and then it's good.
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
It
Say that
doesn't matter. Who
again.
cares? Keep talking.
No, I'm trying to interrupt less. That's my 2023.
I thought you were gonna say 2020, and I was like, I got bad news for you.
I'm just reliving it. Anyway, that could be my advice question. How to be a better kisser. But I have an advice question.
She has an
locked and
advice
loaded.
question for you, so let's do it. Let's get to it.
Let's
You
go.
ready?
Okay. All right. Okay.
Hyped for the advice questions.
You're here for
She's
the
a good
advice
one for
questions.
you.
So when I associate you, when I think of you, one of the things I think of is crazy work ethic, and the word that comes to mind is relentless. Like, you are relentless. You were always the person that was like hitting up 1,000 mics a night, talking to people after, plugging your shit, blah blah blah. And it's like, I think to a large degree that is something you are born with, or that's like something that comes naturally or doesn't come naturally to you.
A talent, if you will.
A talent. Yeah, you are like truly a Gemini in that form. But what
You guys keep saying, I'm gonna have to cut you off here.
Too
Why don't
much
you guys
astrology?
explain what Geminis are like? Because you just keep being like, that's such a Gemini.
You know what's the best
thing.
way to describe what a Gemini is like? Listing famous Geminis. Because they all kind of have a through line.
Yeah.
Like Kanye, Donald
Oh,
Trump,
God,
Tupac,
no.
Biggie. Like, I think Marilyn Monroe
Tupac-
might have been
Marilyn
a Gemini.
Monroe is
Biggie
Gemini.
would be
Like,
furious. to be
they're
on that
all
list.
like, there's this through line of like slight insanity through all of them.
Yeah.
It's
Slight?
like whether they're good or bad.
Kanye
Slight?
and Donald Trump.
Well, like Biggie was kind of slight. Biggie was like a slight insanity.
But
I
that's
wouldn't say Biggie
wild.
was a heavy insanity.
No, but what I mean is like
Trump.
Trump isn't slight.
No, there's some that
Kanye
have
isn't
heavy
slight.
insanity for
Marilyn
sure.
Yeah,
Monroe
yeah.
isn't
But
slight.
I mean, like at a bare core, there's some type of
At
insanity.
minimum.
You're
At
kind of
minimum,
like
there's
it's like a
insanity.
hummingbird or a bummerfly. A
Bill Burr's
butterfly.
a Gemini.
Nice. It's a lot of like manic energy.
It's a very like, it's like a manic that
Unsettling.
can come out really
Unsettling.
creative and really really charismatic.
Yeah.
They're all very charismatic. They're all very like people are drawn to looking at them and
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
what is happening with this person.
But it can also be
But
like
it
a
can be
little
bad.
like a loose fire hose a little bit if
Yes.
it's not controlled.
Love that.
I feel like you are a controlled fire hose when it comes to comedy.
That felt like a
very
little
nice.
bit
And
of
That's
shade,
Oh,
though,
oh,
at
really?
the same time. It's like, when it comes only to comedy.
Oh, that-
Everything
And
else.
nothing else. You fucking hot
Well, it's
mess.
funny. Well, wait. What's the
The question is, what advice would you have to like build the stamina to other people? Like, how do you have the stamina, and how does one build that stamina to be so relentless? Because for
Have
me,
you also always hustled hard? Or
Well,
is
that's the
it
thing is
like a
actually
thing
this
you talk to
isn't
yourself about?
this isn't natural at all for me. To the point, sometimes I worry I'm losing it. It's not natural at all. It's very much. I remember the reason you guys, people watching this, don't know who this is, but y'all know who this is. The reason me and Usama are best friends
Yeah.
is because
Usama, friend of the pod.
friend of the pod.
is Usama. Early on, when we were like open micing it, I had went through like slump of being terrible at stand up, as you do when you're open micing it and you're trying to figure it out. And I was like asking everybody, I was like, "Am I good? Like, am I funny? Like, I don't know,
I
you know what I
hate
mean?"
that phase.
And everybody's like giving me these like half-ass answers. They're very much just like, "Oh," because everybody's just worried about their own shit at that time.
Yeah.
And I asked
Also, nobody
Usama.
wants to.
Nobody wants to
answer
tell you
that.
you're not funny or you are funny, but you're new and you think that's a reasonable question.
Yeah.
And I asked Usama, and Usama was like, "Yeah, you're hilarious. Like, you're naturally funnier than basically everybody." He's
Right.
like, "But you're not working hard at all." And
Whoa,
I was getting on stage like
Usama.
twice a week. And I thought that was working hard. I was like, "What are you talking about, bro? I'm on stage twice a week." And he was like, "Bro, I do like 8 mics a day every single day." He was like, "You're genuinely funnier than all of us." He was like, "But you don't work hard." And then he was like, "One day I'm going to be on TV accepting like a Lifetime Achievement Award. And you're going to be, Usama." And he's like, "And you're going to be," which he maybe he will be. And Usama's funny,
Lifetime achievement of what?
but I don't know. But so he was like, so he's
That
like,
ass.
so he's like, "And you're going to be at home with your grandkids. And you're going to be like, I did open mics with him. I was funny like he was funny. I was funnier than him. And they're going to go, shut up, granddad. You've been a custodian your whole life. And he's like, and that's because you don't fucking work hard. And I swear to God, that was the moment I was like, one, this is my guy. This is my fucking guy.
That is like,
And
that's
two,
what love is.
Yeah, I was like, this is love. Like, he loves me. This is nice. And then two, I was like, oh, I'm getting on stage constantly. I'm not going to waste potential.
Yeah.
Because he's right. Like,
yeah.
And he said something to me where he was like, you go on stage, you don't even have jokes. You're just like riffing and people laugh. And that's like crazy that you can do that. And he's like, but you're not working hard. And it changed the way I looked at stand up. I was like, oh, I guess I have to like try really hard.
Dude, that is a Goodwill Hunting monologue.
Yeah.
And you're going to be fucking looking at me with your grandkids
I know, it was amazing.
as a custodian.
It was
it's
so
like,
like,
well, sometimes you do have to be
He's gonna be a good
scared into working hard. And it's that balance
I
of
wish someone
like,
would hover over me every morning and wake me up and be like, today's the day again.
it was crazy.
I've been doing that for you for a week. You haven't been.
you roll over.
You're a really heavy sleeper.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wake up, I'm terrified, and then I black out.
Right. For sure. Then forget.
So funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you do have to be to some point like terrified of failure. And I think that's where it's the tipping point in anything competitive, right? I'm opening it up to not just stand up, but anything competitive. It's like,
I think it's concerning that she's calling stand-up competitive. I mean, I get low-key
Really?
it is, right?
Yeah.
Like, but you don't want it to be that. Like, you want it to just be art, and you're just good at it, and there's enough space for everyone who's good at it. And there's not, but you know what I mean?
competitive as in like you're motivated by other people's success.
Sure.
You
Yeah.
know,
sure.
like I guess I shouldn't say competitive. I guess I should say
No,
like
it's not a
comparative.
I
shit.
kind of want
I'm
y'all to
just-
argue and fight. I
She's
like
not
this
like that.
energy.
Yeah. No, I would lose. Like, so I would like put myself in an arm
So
guard.
here's what happens.
Just be
She
like,
says something. She's
Yeah.
a hot take.
Yeah.
I either agree with it or I don't. And
Yeah.
if I don't agree with it, then she backpedals and she's like, "Oh, okay, well maybe that's the wrong word."
And I'm like,
then
I'm
I
sorry,
have to
I'm
then
such a dumb bitch.
But then I have to argue then for her own
You're like,
statement.
actually, you're not that dumb. This
Yeah,
is a
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
good point.
Well, then I have to go, it's not that I think your point is wrong. It's that, like, here's what does make sense about what you're saying.
okay.
And then I'm like, it's fine. It's too late. I'm gonna give myself a swirly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someday she will just tell me I'm wrong. And that day I will just come in front of everybody.
Oh
because
my
it will
God.
Be so
I'm gonna
unexpected.
save
Go to
it.
quote Kanye. Were you going to say one day we'll all be free? Wow.
No.
One
Look at
day
this
we'll
Kanye
all
supporter.
come together.
Wow.
I don't even know that quote.
Yeah.
That's incredible, though.
I don't know.
One day we'll all be free when Gracie has like a hot take that she stands up for.
Yeah, and
Stand
it
up
will
for your
be,
shit, Gracie.
It will be. Well, here's the thing. I think everyone should have less opinions.
It's competitive whether
Wow,
or not
that's
we
a
want
good
it to
take.
be.
yeah, everyone
That's a
should
good
have
take.
less.
That.
Cut your fucks
She
in
does think
half.
that.
I don't like opinions. I don't like
Cut
strong
your
opinions.
fucks in half. I love that.
Podcast.
I love that you
Cut your
have a
fucks in
strong
half.
opinion that people shouldn't have strong
That's my
opinions.
biggest
That's fun.
opinion
Yes.
is that people should have less opinions. It is everyone should
But-
shut the fuck up. That's why we just talk shit on here.
But we have opinions because we want to seem interesting, and if we feel
And we
a
wanna
type
seem
of way
right.
about a thing, then that's like, ooh, that adds to me being interesting.
But I love having my mind change. A lot of the times I love flipping in the middle of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I have no pride. I have no
Good.
self-respect.
That's good though. That's
Yeah,
like an
like, let's-
open-minded trait.
Yeah, like we were having an argument, and and I was anti-slavery, and she was pro-slavery.
Yeah.
and I had to talk her out of it.
In the middle of it, I was
She
like,
was open
hey,
to it. Now
you
she's
have a good point.
anti-slavery.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of minorities that are pro-slavery.
I'm
Yeah.
not pro-slavery.
Yo,
But I do love how you just
No, legit.
roll
so hard.
legit. I was talking to one of my boys the other day, and he was like, "Bro, like slavery worldwide forever has only like made things happen." He's like seriously, like productivity worldwide slows down when slavery slows down.
Dude,
That's not true, though.
I think we should bring it back. See, you're already convincing me. I was anti-slavery 5
And keep in
seconds
mind,
ago.
this isn't even my perspective. This is his perspective, and I
Dude.
was like, "That's." I mean, at least
I
in the
think we
history of
need
this
more-
country, it's definitely true.
I think we need
Like
pyramids.
more shit happened because of slavery than any other time in this
but I
country.
think all that shit could have still happened, and they could have paid fairly. They just didn't want to do that.
No,
That's my argument.
I mean, even like the pyramids
No.
being built outside of this country, it's all always slavery.
But
Ever
I'm
you
saying
get more work
could-
when things are free.
No, but like people get sick, like all these other things happen. You got to pay people to like
People do get sick,
crack the whip.
That's
but you can
true.
employ way more people. Like when there's
Well,
a budget, you
I
can
would
only
argue
employ
that
so many
that's
people.
not employment.
That's a good point. But
Yeah.
you can
Free
have
employment.
more people work for you when you're not paying. When it's
Well,
slavery and it's
sure,
brutalized,
but then
it's
you
not,
also have to take care of them. Like you have to have room and board and all that shit because you don't want your slave to run away. They're not
God,
like
I
clocking
love
out.
that
But
this
it's
is
so
a debate
cost
right
effective.
now.
You get so much more done.
Ask Jeff
But
Bezos.
cost effective doesn't matter. What I'm saying is that you can still get the same amount of shit done. You're not going to be as rich, but you can
That's a good
still
point.
get the same
Ask
amount
Jeff
of
Bezos.
shit
So
done.
Bezos is paying people like shit, and look how productive that is.
He only pays the like delivery people shit. Like if you work for Amazon and you are like an engineer or you do any of the corporate shit, they make a fuck
For
ton.
the record, I like Jeff Bezos.
I don't know enough
All right.
about him.
I don't
This
really
is
know much
alarming.
either. All I know is, nigga, Amazon's amazing.
Yeah. I know.
Nobody
God,
needs
it's
that
the
much money.
bane.
That's my
It's
position
yeah.
on
That's
that.
very
I'm
true.
just a pink economy socialist. Nobody needs that much money.
I told somebody the other day,
I need all
was
the
like,
money.
yo, if I want to turn it into a joke eventually, if Tom Edison came along today,
Tom
right?
Edison.
Yeah.
You're on a first name basis.
Yeah,
Tommy
if my
boy.
boy Tom-
Tommy
and my
E.
boy Tommy E. Tommy E has a ring to it too. He sounds like a fuckboy.
Tommy E.
Tom
Sounds
Edison.
Italian,
Thomas
like a
Edison
Guido.
was a fuckboy. He didn't invent the light bulb. He
Well, here's the
made
thing.
that
Yeah,
shit
he was
up.
one of like 4 people that was like in the process of the light bulb, right? But
Yeah.
his spot in it was very much capitalism. His was like, we
Yeah.
have to make money off this, right? But he also like made it so everybody had fucking light bulbs. If he existed today, we all just hate this nigga. It's like we live in a
Right.
society where it's like these people who are ultra creative geniuses who create this thing that changes the world.
Yeah.
We're like, fuck you. You make too much money. And
Right.
I was like, I
But
don't know.
as
I think it's kind of
we
ridiculous.
But I'm
got
not
to the
saying
top.
don't make any money. I'm not saying you can't be rich. I'm saying at some point
But
you don't
think
need
Jeff
more
Bezos
money.
Should be like the world's richest man.
No, he just
Amazon changed everything.
and he can be real rich. I don't want him to not be real rich. I'm not like he can't have
Well,
more than
somebody's got to be the world's
5
richest
million.
man.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't have to be that much money. is
Okay,
my point.
what number would you be okay
I'm
with?
not a fucking economist. I don't know what tips the thing so that there's
Yo,
not
we're-
homeless people.
This is a good dynamic because we're so off topic.
1 billion.
No, that's too much.
Really?
Nobody
He
needs
made
a,
Amazon.
Nobody
1
needs
billion
a.
is too much.
You think he can feel the difference between $500 million and $1 billion?
Absolutely.
He cannot.
Absolutely.
No.
People
What
go
if-
broke off $500 million way quicker than they go broke off $1 billion.
Nobody's going broke over $500 million. You know what you sound like? You sound like that quote. You ever seen Succession? Do
I
you
don't
watch
know. People have gone
Succession?
broke.
Not from
Yeah.
A
500
lot of
million.
athletes. A lot of athletes go broke off
From
that.
$500 million.
Yeah.
Who?
Look at Tyson was making $100 million a fight, and the nigga went broke.
Yeah, but how much was he paying out for the promoters and shit? He wasn't going home with $100 million.
Well, that's just bad money, man.
But that's just bad money management. You
Yeah.
can go broke with a couple $100
But
mil.
going broke is also bad money management.
But
Yeah.
I'm saying, but with $1 billion, it's a lot harder to go broke.
I don't know. If you're saying he's making $100 million a fight and that's 10 fights versus 5 fights, he
But
probably did 10
also
fights.
As a
you go into the
secret
concept of-
millionaire, I will say I'm actually fine with 600 mil. I
you a secret
started with
millionaire,
that,
Gracie?
dude. How
She's
cool
not.
would that
Let's
be?
cap it at 600
She's
mil
not.
then.
That's hilarious
I'm
how
fi-
fast you
I'm-
said she's not.
I know.
You don't know that. You don't know that. I've
But
been
you know why I
hustling.
think we can't
Let's
cap
cap
it
it-
with no billionaires is because then that eliminates black people creating generational wealth.
That's not true.
Yes, it does.
Because if let's put it this way.
See, this
so
is
let's
exactly
say,
the type
so
of
let's say that
opinions
you
I
let's say
personally
that you make
disapprove
$1 billion, right? And we only let you keep 600 million. I'm pretty sure that you're going to be able to take care of your next generation with that 600 million.
yeah, but your next generation is not enough. When you look at slave money, it's like there's like billions of dollars that
So
are
then-
changing generation after generation after
Right.
generation.
So then think about it this
you
way.
would need billionaires.
So
you need
in-
Jay-Z type of money to do that.
But you don't for Jay-Z. What you can do instead is like tax all of these white billionaires. Like let's just say we only tax white billionaires just for fun, okay? And then that has to go back into like black families, like families that were a part of slavery, and
Well, that's interesting. That's an
helping
interesting
fund,
concept.
and
Oh,
helping fund
that's
them
an
having
interesting concept.
generational wealth.
That would
It's a really interesting concept.
be fucking people.
White people
would,
are gonna hate it.
That would be. I
mean,
don't
it's an
even
impossible
know.
concept.
You know,
never do it,
you know
but
who
it's
else who's
interesting.
gonna hate it? Candace Owens. She's gonna hate it.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about that hurts. Like it doesn't sit right. But then again, I'm no opinion. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
mean,
Like if that
that's- yeah, it leaves
happened,
me kinda-
it doesn't affect me on
But
either
let's
end
put it
of the
this way.
spectrum.
How about this? If what I'm really getting at, forget about the white part, is billionaires. Like let's not even say billionaires. You hit a certain amount of money, whatever amount we agree on, since the three of us run the world, right? And Andrea is
We do
our
run the
advisor.
world,
True.
all three of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've always said that about us. And then whatever they make over that gets put back into a pool that gets agreed upon about helping the people that need it the most in society. So
I think everyone should just be a good person.
Oh, boy.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna vomit.
Crazy, yo.
And it's like if I make more
chill
money,
out.
I
Everybody just
actually
chill.
donate. some stuff, and not because I'm a good person.
And there's
like,
also studies
donate
that
some
the
stuff.
top 1%, they all donate hella bread, dog.
Yeah. Like the
only
Kardashians,
thing that people don't like is that they're donating and they want to know where their
they?
money's going.
Yeah, the Kardashians.
Yeah, the
I
top
wanna-
1%
I wanna
donate
know
a
where they're-
lot.
I think if you make a certain amount of money, we should get to know where your money's like that you're donating a certain amount.
Well,
I think you can look it up.
but I
Like I
don't
think the
think-
Kardashians.
I think
like,
that almost takes, but that could be a double-edged sword though, because it's like on one hand, it's like you want them to talk about it, but then that
Yeah.
could quickly turn into like, oh, you're bragging that you donate, and then
Yeah,
it's
I
like
don't think
less heartfelt. And
Yeah,
it's like,
I don't think it should be. You have to talk about it. I think you should have to like show documents, like they're available if someone wants to look at them.
I'm sure they are though. Just nobody's
before this
searching
turns
for it.
into a full-blown economical podcast.
None of this is about what we're talking about. By the way, this is how you know we have good chemistry up here.
Well,
we're just
yeah.
rambling.
Well, but you also
This is what
answered our
happens.
question. You answered
was the
her
question?
about how to hustle. and
Oh,
you
that's
said that you
right.
taught
So then we just
yourself-
moved on.
Yeah.
Well, I'm to wrap up that tangent.
That's so
I'm
funny.
gonna defend rich people because
Go
one
off,
day
Gracie.
I hope to be one of them. You know
we
what I mean?
all?
And I'm not gonna say like eat the rich because then one day I'm gonna be rich, probably off
You
of
can
this
just
podcast.
change the plan after you become rich. and
No,
be
that
like,
seems.
Maybe we shouldn't
I
eat
want to
them.
stay the course. You know, I want to be like rich people if they're not pieces of shit and they don't have too much, and then that way when I reach that comfy zone, I'm like I've always said that. So I'm just trying to like look out
Well,
for
we
my
already-
future.
I think
ass.
we already agree on that. I mean,
I'm with
maybe so you're with it too. It's like it's fine to be rich. It's just like you shouldn't get to be rich in lieu of other people having too little. Like,
Yeah.
nobody should like not be able to eat
right
while you're like.
Well,
But I
some
just
people.
needed another Maserati.
If you're going on a cleanse.
But it's also hard when, like, for some of these people, and very few, some of them couldn't eat at some point in their life. Some of them, like, and to be able,
Very few.
and to be able to dream to a point where you're like, I went, like, when I look at, like literally, I'm thinking somebody like Jay-Z, right? I always use him in this argument. I'm like, if you go from, like, Marcy Projects, where you're dirt poor, to being a billionaire, and then people tell you, like, you're wrong for being a
Yeah, but
billionaire.
that is
It's like, well, what do you mean? He's lived both sides. He's like fully lived both sides.
But then he should want to make sure that the people who had to live the other side don't.
But that's
have to
not
live
his.
that way.
That's not up to him.
It's-
that's up to the government. That's not up to
I
him
agree.
to change everything. So it's
but that's why
unfair
I'm
to put that
saying-
pressure on him.
Well, but that's why I'm saying it should be regulated. Like
I agree. I think it should be regulated, but I don't think we should hate the billionaires. They're just a part of the system.
I resent the billionaires because of what they represent, not because they make
Not
poor
them.
decisions.
It's more of what they represent.
Yeah,
Okay, I get that.
because being a billionaire is like, it's not that you chose to do it. It's that like you're in that position and nobody's checking that position to go, hey, this isn't like, it's not necessary for you to have this much money and we're going to do something about that. Like to all of them, not to Jay-Z specifically. Just to be clear, Jay-Z, friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod. We interviewed Jay-Z last week.
Quick plug: if Jay-Z or any other billionaires are listening, you can Venmo me at Grace Dash
Talk your shit,
Canaan.
Gracie.
Plug
Spell
your
it.
shit. Canaan, Canaan,
Talk your
commonly
shit, Gracie.
misconception as Cannan. In fact, it's been written wrong on so many comedy posters that I don't know who I am anymore. So billionaires,
you?
friend of the pods. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give us your stay hot tip. What's your tip for
what's
staying
this?
hot? Remember
Yeah.
when we texted you and
Yeah.
you're supposed to tell us something about like how you stay hot, whether
How
it be
I stay
physical,
hot? This-
mental, spiritual.
First of all, let's
Do you have a skincare routine you want to talk to us about? Do you like to hit the gym?
I don't.
You know.
I don't
well,
do
let's
anything.
split
I'm
it
such a
into
mess.
A and
Do you get good sleep? Are you a sleeper?
No, I'm a mess. You guys, I'm like seriously like. Thank God my parents are hot. Like I don't know. I don't do anything.
Well, you are
I stay
hot.
confident.
Yeah. See, that's perfect.
Women love confidence. People love
For
confidence.
sure.
Yes.
And just being confident is like
Empowering.
Do you think you're like
so sexy to people.
Do you believe in your confidence, or is it just like this? I need to project this because of like kind of fake it till you
That's
make it.
actually
Type
really
of thing.
interesting. No, I'm just a very confident person.
That's
very,
good.
Damn.
like a grossly confident person.
You're just like a
Probably too
hot biracial man taking the world by storm with your humor.
confident. Gracie.
You know, I mean, I get it, but it's like I wonder if there are any.
Oh my god! I just realized Gemini Two Faces, and you guys are both biracial.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
yeah.
If we
We
run
bond,
at
bro.
each other really fast, we'll actually just morph into one person.
Yeah.
It'll
Gracie's
be.
That's
my
a
guy,
hot
bro.
person. That's a hot person.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of, imagine me with just Eagle's hair and a beard. Amazing. That's
Basically me.
hot. I'd fuck that. Yeah, I
Just said she'd fuck herself.
I'd fuck
You realize
myself.
that?
Would we all not?
Don't we
given the
technically all
chance-
fuck ourselves when we masturbate?
I've never done it before. I'm not a bad person. Okay, I'm not a billionaire. So sorry. I only circulate videos of blowjobs. I don't do that.
Is that what you were doing with your face?
Yeah,
Like,
that is what
confidence
I was
is such
doing
a
with my
cliche
face.
answer. I feel like I gave you guys a whack answer.
What confidence? No, that's actually what I
think that's
said a few weeks ago, because I am going through a phase, like a glow up confidence phase, and I've never dressed like less sexy. Like I'm wearing like hiking things and sweats and all the time hiking things, but I'm wearing
Just
like
walking around with a headlamp on.
But like honestly, I'm wearing like REI shoes and sweatpants, and I've actually never
but
felt
you're
more
like
confident.
a tiny hot person, so you can wear whatever, and dudes are like, "Oh, I'd love to have sex with you."
I'm not
asking, I'm telling.
Okay, thank you. Now everyone go around and say exactly how I'm beautiful. Okay, go around the room.
I think I just did.
I know. No, I need to hear more of it and from everyone. No, but you know what I mean? It's like confidence it's like I've never felt it comes from within. It's like I feel more confident dressing like shit and feeling good about myself than I would
don't need the
like
other
having a
stuff.
short little dress and being like, me,
I want to ask you guys. I always wonder this. I wonder if women find like a little disheveledness attractive, like a little messiness attractive.
in men?
Yeah, because like, okay, if I like do my hair, right, and have it like a neat man bun or something, right?
Yeah.
My
A
girl
neat
is
man
like,
bun.
my girl is like, that's great, right? But when I go out, there's less like attractiveness energy from out other women.
Because you look kept.
Yes. But when I'm like messy, women are like going at me, and I'm like, but I look like shit.
Because it's a little casual. It's the same thing with women too. It's like a lot of the times if I'm like in sweats, but like my face looks good,
You know what?
and
You're
I'm
making a point.
blah, blah, blah.
Because
It's like-
we
'cause-
definitely like that. We like a nice little I don't give a fuck energy.
yeah.
Sure.
It's like you can still tell she's cute. She cleans up nice. I can see it, but like she's not out. She's out here doing her own thing, and that's the most attractive shit.
Oh shit.
Well,
Okay.
and where are you getting the energy from? Like, is it at shows, you mean, or like where are you running
Even,
into
like,
these
just,
people,
like-
or like a bar, or
Even
like
just
whatever?
like even you could be on the
streets.
train, you know, just like a way like women will check you out more or less depending
Outside
on how you're
people.
looking.
Okay.
And I'm like, for some reason, I'm like,
What's you
it seems
disheveled
like-
though? Tell me what you disheveled means.
For me, it's just like hair. It's just like hair, wearing sweats, you know, bullshitting, and it's like versus like actually trying and like all that shit. There's just like a slightly different energy where I'm like, do y'all like a little bit of messiness, like a little?
I wonder if your awareness level is different in those two situations. Like,
Oh, that's interesting.
like, are you looking at your phone more, or are you like observing more?
Oh,
When you look good, maybe you're like looking around, and then when people can sense this, they're more like, meh.
oh, they sense like a thirst of like, look at me.
Yeah,
I'm looking
yeah,
hot
for
tonight.
sure. Yeah.
Except when women do it, they still look.
Right.
Dog.
Exactly.
Like if I'm on the train and I'm like done up, like I'm honestly embarrassed because men stare so openly.
Yeah.
One of
Yes.
the worst
Yeah.
things, like, I'm very pro everyone checking everyone out all the time,
Yes.
except for at nighttime. Like, one of the worst
Sketchy,
things I've ever
dangerous.
seen, and I see a lot, is like on a train late at night coming home from stand up.
yeah.
And dudes will just be like, kind of like checking out a girl, very like staring at a girl. And it's like, bro, this is like 1 a.m. Like,
Yeah.
don't even look at her, bro. She probably feels so unsafe.
Yeah.
Like, just like,
Yeah.
I get it. She's hot. Just like glance, look away. Don't look back. Like, you get one glance. You get one accidental glance.
That should be like a
You
thing.
get one like, hey, I'm
You
human.
get one.
I looked around. I saw you. You're hot. I'm looking away.
Yeah.
It's past 1 a.m. What are you doing?
It's contextual because I'm obviously completely agree with you.
Yeah.
What if I was like hot take? I was like, no, he should stare her the fuck down.
grab her ass if it's 2 a.m.
Yeah,
It's 2
sexual
a.m.
assault.
Anything-
Come on, do it.
Well, Friday night.
This
let's
is
go.
the clip.
But
But
like thumbs
I
down.
do not
block.
condone any of this.
it's also Eagle condones all of it. He also wants his mom to have sex with Usama's mom.
Yeah, this is
So no, but it's also contextual, right? So it's like, let's say it's 1 o'clock in the morning, but let's say the train is packed. It's less creepy. If it's one woman sitting
that's
alone
fair.
at 1 a.m. and she thinks she's about to get off at a stop where no one else is getting off,
Yep.
I think that's a lot scarier, at least in my opinion.
that's fair. That's really fair.
Like either way, don't stare. Like get the look in that you need to get. Because I agree with you. I think everyone, like when I lived in Spain, everybody looks everybody up and down. Absolutely everybody. So when
Well,
I got
everyone in
back,
Spain is-
yeah. Yeah, true. Mwah. But like when I got back, I was like, why is nobody looking at me? Like it was
sometimes,
such a weird feeling.
Dudes will like look at a girl for a longer than like a checkout.
Than an appropriate amount of time.
But what it is dudes are going, maybe if she catches me looking at her, she'll look at me and she'll think I'm hot and then we'll engage in convo.
Yeah, no, I mean
that's like a lot of times in dudes' minds, they're like, well,
Yeah.
let me just look at her. And then once you look, if you don't look anymore, they're like, oh, never mind. But they want to be looked at. They want to be like, do you think I'm hot? Because I think you're hot.
Oh, I know why they're doing it.
It's like a silent stare of
they're trying to start something.
Yeah.
They're trying to maintain the eye
maybe
contact.
you look at me and maybe I'm hot to you.
I think that you should take the approach,
Which is fine. Again, it's contextual.
You just have to know when to stop, I feel like.
Well, you have to be good at it. And you have to be bad at something usually before you're good at something.
I think you should take the
There's a learning
approach
curve.
of I'm going to make another Harry Potter reference, which I know you love.
Yo, I love these titles and Harry Potter references.
There's
It's just
a lot of tools in my toolbox.
funky
but
person.
I think you should.
guys are like Andre 3000 and Big Boy. You guys
think
are
so?
Thank you. I don't know if that's a compliment.
like Andre was like all wacky and like, you know. And
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
Boy was like calm, but they're both like amazing at rapping. You know
I'm
what
like
I mean? Big
Jello.
Boy was,
I'm like trying
dope
to
as a
hold
rapper.
Jello. You know, you just can't. And you're like a slice
You ever seen
of
that Key and
brownie.
Peele sketch where they did like Andre 3000 and Big Boy in real life?
No.
And like Big Boy's at a diner just eating, and Andre 3000 like pops up like a fairy.
No.
He's wearing like all this crazy shit.
Watch
He's just
this,
like,
so
Big Boy,
everyone.
blah, blah, blah. And Big Boy's like, oh my god.
Key
He's
and
like, I don't
Peele,
wanna do
friend of the
this.
pod.
You said what?
Key and Peele, friends of the pod.
Yeah.
Friends of the pod. You guys are just friends with everybody.
Uncle
on the pod.
Stacks, friends of the
Oh,
pod.
I brought up Mike Tyson, and you guys forgot to mention
Friend of the
Friends of the pod.
Yeah, well,
Mike
he's
Tyson.
maybe raped his wife, so I might have
Not a friend of the pod?
Maybe not a friend of the pod.
And the whole, yeah.
he did
yeah,
get convicted of it.
Yeah. Ooh. Final thought for the checking out thing. I feel like if you are trying to check someone out, if you're a guy and you really need to check someone out late at night, you should use the basilisk.
Really need to, like, if it's late at night and you
I
have
think
to go to
late
the
at night,
bathroom,
man,
you
I
use
really
the
need to do it.
use the basilisk technique, which is
What's
you
that?
don't look at it directly, but you can look at it like if you
The
would
what?
stare at basilisk. It's a big snake that turns you into stone if you look at it or petrifies you. Andrew, are you Harry Potter? You
I'm
get it,
sorry,
you
when
get
you
it.
say snake, do you mean serpent?
Well, serpents don't exist anymore, as we all
This is an
know.
old bit.
Serpents don't exist.
She didn't know that serpents were snakes.
No, I did. I'm just saying it's
Gracie,
a
I love you saying serpents don't exist anymore
Serpents-
while talking about Harry Potter that never existed.
I'm saying we don't know that for a fact. I'm still waiting for my letter from Hogwarts, okay? But I'm saying if you look a basilisk directly in the eye, you will get petrified, okay? But if you look at it indirectly, aka through a puddle or through a mirror, then it's totally fine. So
You're talking about like prison
men,
looking, like how they look in mirrors to see if the CO is coming.
yeah, like this. So
I've definitely
guys,
checked people out by looking in like the reflection of things.
which
We all have.
is not
Yeah.
creepy at all. If you have
not
a
creepy at all.
big
It's
mirror
smooth.
and you're doing this and they just see your eyeball, totally socially acceptable.
They don't even know if you're checking them out. You could be looking through.
You're just like this?
Yeah, for sure. You could be checking your 6 o'clock for people who are coming
for
after
your
you.
CO coming through the train.
Exactly.
You can't check your 6 o'clock.
You can
Unless you're staring
check
directly in a mirror.
You can check your 7 o'clock. You check your 7.
I was gonna say you can check anything except for your 6 o'clock.
You can check.
I think
What if
this
you're doing
podcast
this?
is going to be
You
a
can
hit. Seriously, I do. I actually do. Like remember I said this. I'm on record saying this. These girls are going to be huge off this podcast. This podcast is going to be huge.
Fuck
It's
yeah.
so fucking loose. Like I don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
upsetting
No,
her so
no,
much right
it's
now.
No,
good.
but I
It's
mean it in a
good.
good way.
She had like a list of games that she wanted us to play.
Which, by the way, I want to play. If we have time, I want to do all this shit.
No, I'm trusting Maria. I feel so safe with Maria. First of all, I came on here as a guest, and in that episode, Maria talked me into being a host.
That's very
And
nice.
then-
I think you guys make great co-hosts.
Right.
Thank
and
you. That's
so,
very nice.
and she knew it before I knew it, you know? And so I feel so safe with Maria that like I'm willing to break a lot of I have like I feel uncomfortable in looseness. You know
I
what
also
I mean?
like that you guys don't. Some podcasts, I feel like I go on and I feel like the host is pushing me into saying something that'll get me canceled one day.
That's
You know what I mean? You ever go on a
definitely not our
podcast and they're very like, so how do you feel about this thing that could ruin your life if you don't feel the right way?
Yeah.
And it's like,
God.
ah! And
Like
you guys don't do
Z-Way,
that.
basically?
Yeah, it's like very Z-Way energy. You guys don't do that.
no
No.
opinions.
Yeah.
No opinions.
Oh, I have a ton of opinions, but
yeah.
I'm not out here trying to ruin people.
Right. I mean, I want to eventually
Ruin people, right?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I'll let them just do it themselves. You know
It'll
what I mean?
happen.
I feel like so. I also, I'm not.
You have to have a career to ruin it. Do you know what I mean?
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna have to wait until we have
I like these sound effects.
yeah, we do
Zoom.
some. Oh boy,
Okay, I'm sorry. This is
I really
going
just do.
haywire.
I like the beginning or the end of the episode. That's about it.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of Cardi.
What are these games you had?
I had a lot. I had a lot of props. I wanted a lot of wigs
For this?
Yeah,
For this episode?
Yeah, for
No,
just
in
the
general.
podcast.
She
in
wants to
general.
wear.
Oh.
She wants to wear hats.
I wanted a lot of
divorce, fuck,
production.
buy instead of fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah.
Ooh. Could you give me
Yeah.
one? A divorce, fuck, wait, buy?
BYU or BUY.
Like buy a
Like
person?
purchase,
them.
but not everything's a person necessarily.
Okay, go.
Wait, how
we-
can you
we don't have
divorce
any
this
on
thing?
deck
No,
for
we
you.
don't have any on
Oh, that'd
deck.
be so good.
Yeah,
you
were
should
just,
do that one.
You were just saying how you liked that this was loosey goosey, and now what? Now
know, I
what?
kinda like
You
structure
wanna
too. I don't
Okay,
know.
so then you guys talk to each other, and I'll come up with one real quick.
Okay.
I have to talk to you.
What's going on, Grace?
About what? Now that you said just talk to each other, now it's like I have nothing. You know what I mean? It's like when you I just lost the game.
It's okay.
Did you guys remember that? Losing the game?
what
If
game?
you remember the game, you lose the game. It was like something you played as a kid.
What?
No,
I don't remember that at all.
There's a lifelong game, and the only
So I guess
way
I won the game. I don't remember.
You
it.
won the game, but now whenever you remember this moment, you're gonna remember it. Like if you remember it 3 years from now, and you're like, "Oh, remember the game," and then you'll be like, "Fuck, I lost the game."
So you just lost the game.
I just lost the game. Yeah, and now you were
Well,
just
you lost what
introduced
game?
to the game.
I don't even remember. I don't know what the fuck you're talking
Exactly. But like,
about. Can you
someone
just
would be-
lie your way into winning?
Yeah, you can say like I never remembered the game.
I
but
don't
the
remember a
fact that-
thing.
But I'm saying the fact that you would say I remembering the game means, or I forgot the game means, in fact, that you just remember the game.
I don't even remember what you're talking about. What is she talking about?
Exactly.
I have no recollection.
He's already got it. He's faking his way into winning the game. I'm
Winning
losing
what?
the game.
What is she
Maria,
talking
you're
about?
safe. The more confused you are, the better. Have you come up with 3 items?
I did, but then I let it go because this is
Oh,
crazy.
no.
It's insane. Do you want it? You want it?
Yeah.
I want it,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. All right.
Divorce, marry, buy.
Yeah.
Divorce,
purchase
fuck,
or
buy.
divorce, fuck, purchase. Okay.
Okay.
Lemon meringue pie.
Okay.
Van Gogh.
Okay.
Jessica Rabbit.
Van Gogh, like a piece, like an art piece,
person.
or the person. Okay. All right.
Divorce, fuck, buy.
Okay. I would buy Jessica Rabbit because I feel like that's good IP and like you can license that and make a lot of money.
Ooh, okay.
I love that you're thinking of her that way and not as like a really hot woman. That
yeah, you're like, this is actually
Well, I don't
okay.
want to
I get what you're
own
saying.
her. You know what I mean? Like she's like an animated person. It's like I could put her on pillows and stuff, whatever, and make it.
Okay.
I would own her,
capitalist
and then
approach.
I'm a huge capitalist. Yeah,
Me too,
absolutely.
me too.
Yeah, for sure. And then I would make body pillows out of her, and then I'd sell the shit out of it, and then
Okay.
I'd become a
I have
billionaire.
a feeling those already exist. But
Yeah, and then I would marry Van Gogh because I don't want
there's
to
no
fuck
very.
him.
It's fuck, divorce.
Oh, I'd divorce Van Gogh definitely, and then I'd fuck the lemon meringue pie.
How did you get to fucking the pie?
Dude, have you had lemon meringue
You had
pie?
like 2 options of fuckable things, kind of. I mean, the cartoon's not really that fuckable, but
Dude, I would.
I think the cartoon's the most fuckable.
I mean, that's gonna be my answer. I was gonna fuck Jessica Rabbit, right? And then since Van Gogh's a person, he's not the art, right?
right.
I'm gonna divorce Van Gogh because that nigga's a lunatic. Remember, he cut
Yeah,
his ear off
yeah,
to
he did.
express his love.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
So-
it wasn't too, it doesn't matter.
What would
Yeah.
he cut his ear off for? I don't remember.
He was bipolar,
yeah,
so he was going.
He was like arguing with her, and he cut his ear
manic
off.
phase.
yeah.
He was also probably gay, but go on.
Yeah.
Okay, so
There's a lot to
either way, he seems like a lot. So
Yes.
I'm divorcing Van Gogh for sure.
Yeah,
And then you're buying.
Fucking Jessica Rabbit, and then
Buying.
I'm just buy the pie. I guess you don't have some pie.
you're missing out. I'm gonna
Okay.
smear that shit all over me on a
Y'all are the
Friday
worst
night.
Capitalists ever. You buy Van Gogh, he makes the paintings. You own the paintings. Okay. You fuck Jessica Rabbit.
Sounds like someone's
and
pro-slavery
you
up in
divorce the
here.
pie.
What do you mean? Hey, bringing it back around. Only if it's a white man who's profited.
You
a
should
lot.
have heard. You should have heard
Van Gogh was
Andrea
white, right?
moan
Yeah,
in
for
agreement with what I said, though. Yeah, that's how you make that money. That's how you make
How
that
do you
motherfucking
divorce
money.
a pie? Does that mean you'd never have lemon meringue pie again?
Yeah, how do you divorce a pie?
I mean,
it's
it's my
so
and it's also
good.
my favorite pie. So like, I really went out on a limb.
Shit.
I feel
I
like
want
cartoon
some
sex
right
would be
now.
lit.
Yeah,
Fucking a cartoon, they can do anything.
because it's hentai, right? Like,
Well, it's also just like you ever seen Space Jam? where they're like, if you believe, and his arm stretches. When you're a cartoon, you could do anything. So you could tell her like mid-sex, like, yo, if you believe.
And
she could like, I don't even know, suck your balls while you're hitting it from the back.
I
Like, I don't know.
tell
She's a
that
cartoon.
to men during sex, so it's gotten me nowhere.
You tell that to men
if you just believe, I'll come.
If you build
will
it, she will come.
And then I sprinkle some Tinkerbell dust on them, and I say, "Think of your happiest thought," and then I leave.
Do you ever fake it with men anymore?
Absolutely, yeah.
Why?
We've talked about that
Because I fake it.
Andrea goes,
Andrea definitely said
yeah. I need a little. I need an end. I need a
trying to get
finale
them out
for
of there.
me. Yeah, or like
then you'll make yourself come after they leave.
But you guys don't have to
Sometimes,
fake
yeah.
it to make a man come. You could talk him into coming. You could tell him to come.
We're not trying to get a
it's
man to
not-
come. We're talking
yeah.
about us coming for our own.
Or is
But you don't fake it to make yourself come either.
I fake it so that the other person will stop trying to make me come when I know it's not going to happen.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
that's
It's like
smart.
that's
I
a
get
lot
what
of.
you're
It's like
saying.
no, we're not gonna.
Yeah, because
And
you
I'm
could
like,
tell a
I
dude
have-
like come, and he'll be like, "No, I'm gonna wait till you come," and then you're like, "It's not gonna happen."
Still
I get what you're
having a
saying.
fun time, like
That makes
blah blah
sense.
blah.
Or they're like eating it forever, and you're like,
Yeah.
you have to be tired. As someone else who eats pussy, I know that you're tired right now.
Yeah,
Like,
and
this
then-
has gone on so long.
right. And then a lot of the times, if it's with a partner, I have an agreement where it's like, if that doesn't happen and I'm still horny, I'll like maybe fake it, and then afterwards I'll be like, I was faking it, leave so I can use the vibrator, or they can be like involved in the vibrator. But that's like my ideal is like having sex, and then if you don't come, this is ideally you come. If you don't come, then they leave, and then you just finish with the vibrator. That is the mark of a great relationship.
Wait, you
So if you're having sex and then you don't come
You heard
and
me
they
struggling.
come and then you're like, well, no, I'm still horny. I'm just going to have my vibrator. Get the fuck out while I like finish this. I'll be out in 30 seconds.
Oh, you mean just they have to just leave the room, not your apartment?
Yeah. No. They just, they like go to the, go
like,
pee or
mess with
something.
you a little bit while you use the vibrator.
little
I mean, I
bit,
know
but
some dudes are
sometimes-
fragile about that shit, but I don't know. I like
No.
sucking your
That can
titties
help
and shit while they
sometimes
use
too.
the
Yeah,
vibrator.
that
I
works.
haven't run into somebody who had a problem with that in a long time.
Yeah, vibrator's
Sometimes
vibrator.
it's more of a me thing. Sometimes like, do you want a hand? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then other times I'm like, we just need to get
The only
things going.
problem, the only problem with the other person being there for that is that like y'all will do too much. Like when we're trying to come, we're trying to focus. And we're not like rubbing, or at least I'm not like playing with my own nipple while I'm like trying to masturbate.
Really?
We're just like,
Some girls really like different things being played with while they masturbate.
Yeah, for sure.
how can you do both at the same time?
Fucking talent, man.
Let me put it this way.
I got long look at this. Look at this range. These are
let
piano fingers.
Let me put it this way. I
Yep.
play to win. If your girl trying to come, she's gonna fucking come. I'm not busy
Yeah.
being like, oh, wouldn't this be nice? Like foreplay. I'm like, let's fucking go.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Oh, you're like
Trying to get it
I
done.
could tell you DJ. You like let's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
go.
No, I'm actually. I need it very gentle.
Yeah, I look like a vampire when I come. I'm just like, and then sorry.
Why
I've
is
been
that
told
okay?
I've been told different
Please
times in my
don't
life that
make
I'm
that
a
the
silent comer. Like I'm not a very loud
That is so
comer.
convenient because the guy that I was smashing most recently screams when he comes.
No way. No way.
I was like, you have to shut the fuck up. Like, I share a bedroom wall with my fucking neighbors.
Oh,
like,
No
shut
way.
the fuck up.
I would love to do that for once. Like, be like, oh my god, and then just be like, la la,
That's
and
funny.
then just have it like to
time-
see what they say.
I've had sex
time
with
he-
girls who were too loud to the point it became funny, and I
Yeah.
just got soft.
Yeah,
I was like, this
yeah,
is
yeah.
ridiculous.
You're
Like, why are you
this
so
is-
loud?
There's no way that.
Well, and
this
here's the
is-
thing.
You're
I
being genuine.
did recently read something about how, like, hey, sometimes people use noise to, like, arouse themselves. Like, they'll yell louder than, like, which I
that's
never thought
interesting.
about. And I was like, okay, well, that's interesting. But also, we live in fucking New York
Right,
City.
sure.
Like, shut the fuck up.
Well, I
Let's
talk
hear
to
upstairs
arouse
neighbors.
myself. I'm very much a talker.
Yeah.
and that
That's
gets
not-
me
that's
going.
not screaming,
For sure.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah,
You can do
yeah.
that
I would never
little-
scream
there's
during
different-
sex.
different versions of motivation and talking for sure.
Guys, as someone who's not having sex after 2 years of regular sex, we got to wrap things up. This is not.
So you can go masturbate in my bedroom right now?
Yeah, I
Your
need to
hair
take
is
a
all
break.
frizzy and shit.
Yeah, I'm hot. I'm gonna go find one of those outside people.
Go find an outside person.
The bar
I'm
is
gonna
right
go
next
find
door.
an outside. Fantastic.
Go
I
find-
prefer a coffee shop. I like to
Yeah.
find a little sad boy. Just
Winky,
working
winky.
on his fucking novel. Just kidding. No.
All right, well then let's wrap it. Eagle, tell them where they can find you again on the internets.
Eagle Witt official. WITT. Eagle like the bird. People
Two
think I'm saying
Ts.
ego.
Ego Witt.
Yeah, Eagle, which would be
That
fitting.
checks out. Yeah.
That'd be an intense name.
Ego Witt.
Yeah.
That one would be made up.
Ego
like, Eagle
Witt
Witt makes
confidence.
sense. Ego Witt sounds like
Ego Witt is
you were
wild.
like, I'm gonna come up with my fucking rap name.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Ego Witt.
You can follow me at Ego Witt. You can follow me at Save Gracie Canaan.
You don't even know your own handle.
I don't even know my own name.
You can follow her at Save Gracie Canaan.
Canaan. Follow me because I'm doing a tour. When this comes out, I will be starting on my tour.
She'll be on her tour
From
thing.
Austin, Denver, LA, and you can follow me and buy tickets and things. I don't know.
You can follow me at Maria Heinegg, MariaHeinegg.
God,
You
you
can
have that
follow
down
the
so
pod
fast.
on Instagram, Hot Dads Pod. You can email us at hotdadspod@gmail.com. Thanks so much for listening. You guys are the best. Eagle, thanks for doing it. Have a
you.
great day, everybody.
Friend of the pod.